We are currently tracking two distinct forces in the global economy: a mountain peak that has stood for decades, and a fast-moving river below it, carving a new path through the terrain. For ambitious professionals, startup founders, and global investors, this is the primary choice. You have to decide where to allocate your capital and where to commit the next 20 years of your career. By evaluating the raw return on investment for both nations, we can determine which environment matches your specific goals for capital and career growth. The United States is currently the world's largest economic center, holding the highest concentration of consumer spending power on the planet. India provides the counterpoint, defined by consistent growth and a scale of modernization that is expanding into every sector of its economy. Navigating these options requires you to move past the idea of a better country and instead map your personal timeline against the specific risk profile of each ecosystem. Look at this scorecard comparing total wealth. It shows the current gap in nominal GDP, a $28 trillion block for the US compared to India's roughly $4 trillion base. When you measure momentum, however, the US economy shows slow, mature stability, while India is growing at 7 to 8%, making it the fastest-moving major economy in the world. The difference in individual wealth remains wide. The average income in the US is roughly $85,000, compared to about $3,000 in India, where population pressure is a constant factor. Much of that American wealth is secured by the Federal Reserve, which continues to exert heavy influence over the global financial system. This creates a clear trade-off. The US offers absolute current size, while India offers the highest potential for future acceleration. Building a business or a career in the US gives you direct access to the world's most active consumers. People here have high disposable income and a high willingness to spend it. The trade-off is the barrier to entry. You are competing in a saturated, expensive environment where the cost to acquire a single customer can be punishing. Targeting the Indian market gives you sheer volume. You are tapping into an expanding middle class and a demographic scale that is unique to this region. To succeed in India, you must design for lower individual profit margins and build a model that can navigate deep income inequality. American market dominance is backed by its status as a global military superpower, with defense budgets nearing $900 billion and leadership of major international alliances. India is a formidable regional power, focused on rapid modernization and border security, rather than projecting force across the globe. For high-margin premium products, the US is the logical choice. If your model relies on massive user volume and future scalability, India is the strategic bet. This chart plots how innovation works in both countries, measuring the depth of research on the vertical axis against the speed of mass adoption on the horizontal. The US model relies on high-cost foundational research. These are the breakthroughs that eventually become global technological standards. This progress is driven by academic engines like MIT and Harvard, which attract top-tier global talent and command massive research endowments. Major Silicon Valley firms then take this research and commercialize it, creating the software and hardware monopolies used worldwide. That level of capital investment leads to total dominance in advanced sectors like deep space exploration and high-end sciences. India's innovation model utilizes an affordable, rigorous education system to act as a global talent factory, producing millions of engineers annually. Their strength is frugal, high-speed scale. The UPI digital payment system is the primary example, bringing hundreds of millions of people into the digital economy in just a few years. The US is the best environment for building a foundational technology from zero. India is the superior testing ground for scaling a finished application to 1 billion people. Beyond the economics, we have to look at the human cost of living in each ecosystem. Integrating into US society offers high individual freedom, a cleaner environment, and access to the best available technology. The trade-off is a high financial burden. You face exorbitant living costs, increasing social isolation, and safety concerns such as higher rates of gun violence. India provides a different social structure, built around a family system that offers strong social bonding and a community-based safety net. Healthcare reflects this split. The US offers peak medical quality that is often financially inaccessible, while India provides affordable care that can vary significantly in quality. The cost in India is environmental. Heavy pollution and infrastructure strain are daily realities for a population of this size. Choosing the US means optimizing for individual ambition and environmental quality. Choosing India means prioritizing social cohesion and affordability amidst physical friction. We can now map these facts into a final decision matrix, starting with one question. What is your primary goal for the next 20 years? If you are building deep tech, a luxury brand, or seeking immediate margins, your path leads to the US. To take that path, you must be prepared to pay high living costs and compete with the most well-funded companies in history. If you are building mass-scale software or seeking the upside of an emerging market, the data points toward India. The sacrifice on this path is patience. You will have to navigate infrastructure delays and accept lower per capita returns in the short term. The current reality is that the US remains the world's superpower, holding the lead in economic, military, and technological weight right now. However, India is leveraging a demographic shift that is projected to force a redistribution of global power and economic influence over the next 2 decades. The game today is played on American terms, but any long-term global portfolio must account for where the river in India is headed.